If it's about love, if it's about love.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Austin Haynes with the Waking Justice Project, and this is your daily wake-up call. Here's what the corporatocracy is up to today, September 13th, 2019. You can visit our website at wakingjustice.org for more details. Here are the headlines. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has just announced that he'll annex large parts of the West Bank if he wins re-election next week. If you're not familiar, the West Bank is situated between Israel and Jordan and home to about 3 million Palestinians and about 400,000 Israelis. Israel invaded the West Bank back in 1967, and ever since, the Israeli military has systematically forced Palestinians to leave their homes under threat of death. Human rights groups say Israel kills hundreds of innocent Palestinians and injures thousands more each year, including women and children, while illegally imprisoning thousands more. United Nations officials have declared Israel's actions as ethnic cleansing, and the Center for Constitutional Rights says Israel commits outright genocide against the Palestinian people. To be clear, Netanyahu's statements to, quote, annex the West Bank is a promise to force the 3 million Palestinians who live there to either give up their homes and leave, or be killed or imprisoned. It would be like some white supremacist running for governor of Georgia and promising that if elected, he'll use the Georgia National Guard to force the 3 million African Americans who live in Georgia to move out so more white folks can move in. It's that blatantly racist. Netanyahu has been working hard to shore up support among the far-right extremists in Israel called Zionists. The Zionists are his base. As Lee Camp reported on his show, Redacted Tonight, over the past several days, Netanyahu has directed the Israeli military to conduct bombing campaigns in 4 different countries, in Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, and against the Palestinians in Gaza. And with no rebuke from the Western corporate news outlets, of course. It's no wonder Israel is a key strategic partner of the corporatocracy. Israel, Saudi Arabia, and the US corporatocracy are known as the true axis of evil in the Middle East. Most Americans don't realize that back in 1971, the US struck a secret deal with Saudi Arabia to only sell their oil in US dollars. In exchange, the US and Israel would gang up on the Saudis' competitors and force them to do the same. It's called the petrodollar system. It's why the US dollar is the world currency standard, and it's the sole reason the corporatocracy has diverted trillions of our tax dollars to fund their wars for oil in the Middle East. Such blatant warmongering and the genocide of Palestinian people is why the international campaign BDSIsrael was launched. BDS stands for Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions. The organizers are asking people to boycott corporations that do business in Israel because of Israel's warmongering and genocide of the Palestinians. Support for the campaign has been growing. Celebrities such as Rhianna, Chuck D, and Roger Waters are outspoken advocates for BDSIsrael. And just recently, Democratic Congresswomen Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar publicly endorsed the BDSIsrael campaign. But they were quickly rebuked by the corporate Democratic establishment. Democrat House Leader Nancy Pelosi called their support of BDSIsrael bigoted and dangerous ideology masquerading as policy. With no irony, Pelosi made those remarks in a speech before AIPAC, the pro-Zionist lobby group for Israel. And Pelosi went further, saying, if Washington D.C. crumbled to the ground, the last thing that would remain is our support for Israel. Even worse, members of both parties in Congress and politicians in 27 states passed new laws to suppress our rights to boycott and campaigns like BDSIsrael. The ACLU has condemned these new laws as unconstitutional, and leading social justice groups like Code Pink are promoting an important new bill to protect our right to boycott. As Code Pink says on their website, boycotts are as American as apple pie. Indeed, it was the Boston Tea Party that helped launch the American Revolution. It was the mass worker revolts of the 1930s that finally forced big business to adopt the 40-hour work week, overtime pay, and disability pay. It was the mass bus boycotts and restaurant sit-ins by Black Americans that helped clinch civil rights reforms in the 1960s. It was mass boycotts that helped win safety reforms and economic justice for farm workers in the 60s and 70s. And it was the mass divestment protests on college campuses in the 1980s that helped end apartheid in South Africa. If you want to learn how all of us, working across social justice, democratic justice, environmental justice, and animal justice, can join together in strategic boycott and force this corporatocracy to the people's bargaining table to end all this oppression, warmongering, and corruption, please visit our website at wakingjustice.org and check out our About page. We're running out of time. Join us. Peace.
You must be involved in the struggle for freedom and justice.
If it's about love, if it's about
Justice is waking, justice is rising. Justice is waking, justice is rising.
If it's about
Justice
love,
is waking, justice is rising. And it ain't just us, it's all of us. Justice is waking, justice is rising. And it ain't just us, it's all of us.
if it's about
May every soul unite, tend the fire and let old coals relight. I'm a citizen of the world and we fight for the rights of everybody to live a truly free life. Red or yellow, black or white, left or right, gay or straight, human or animal, all life. Cause what matters is what is in common. If you know it, stand tall and keep dropping the knowledge.
Justice is waking, justice is rising. And it ain't just us, it's all of us.
if it's about love.